Hey team, Lois here. It is Friday night, a little after 9 p.m. I just got home, still making calls, still figuring out how to requalify as Ruby, and still just plugging away. It's not over till it's over, as they say, and just really wanted to encourage you and share a quick story. This is something that I always think about. I grew up loving sports, and sports analogies are so great because you have the Super Bowls and the NBA finals, and you have all these events that were won by the last second, like the Hail Mary pass or the last second shot at the 3-point line, and the team won the victory. They achieved what they wanted to, the championship, the goal, whatever it was. So like if you're shooting for platinum, if you're shooting for platinum elite, if you're shooting for sapphire, if you're shooting for ruby, or whatever it is, you have to never give up. The agony of defeat, trust me, it sucks, and I would never encourage that. You got to go through that finish line, kicking and screaming and going for that goal, whatever it is. Even if you fall short of it, the fact that you work toward the very end, toward the final seconds, is more important to me than hitting that goal with absolute certainty. Giving up and throwing in the towel 2 days in, here we're 48 hours plus left in the month. That's what bothers me the most. Let me give you a personal example. So I did my first Ironman triathlon in 2005, and that was 140.6 miles of swimming, biking, and running. So it was 2.4 mile swim, followed by a 112-mile bike ride, followed by a 26.2 marathon run, walk, crawl, whatever you had left at that point. Usually it could range from the champions would win in 8 to 9 hours, and they only gave you 17 hours to complete the race. If you didn't finish in 17 hours, they took your butt off the course. You were done. You had till midnight, and that was it. No exceptions. So my first Ironman triathlon was in Phoenix, Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, actually, my hometown at the time. And my goal was to do it in 13 hours. I had put a goal of 13 hours for several months, actually. That was my goal. I wasn't going to budge on that. So I had a training schedule. I had 4 coaches and mentors in my life, just like Mr. Bean and Mrs. Bean and your plugged in upline are your mentors. And I did not deviate from the plan. However, as fortune, fate, luck, whatever you want to call it, the week before the event, I had strep throat. Got really sick. This is crazy. I didn't know if I was going to start the race, let alone finish it. But I slept on the couch all week long, hoping and praying that I could get to the start line after training for a year for this. Lo and behold, I got to the start line. Lo and behold, I got through the swim, the bike, and during the run, I was trudging along. I don't even know if I was running at that point. And I ran into a buddy of mine at about the halfway point. His name was Brian. I'll never forget him, Brian Thompson. And he asked me, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, I wish this was over. I'm so tired right now. I just don't know if I'm going to, I don't know what it's going to happen." And he said, "Well, what was your goal?" And I said, 13 hours. And he looked at his watch, and he kind of looked down. He looked at me, and he looked down, and he looked at me, and he's like, "You could do that." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" My brain was exhausted. I was completely giving up at that point, throwing in the towel. And he told me, "You can do it." He said, "You can do it mathematically." He was a mortgage professional, so he knew a lot about numbers. He said, "You can do this." And that renewed my hope. I finished that Ironman triathlon in 12 hours and 57 seconds, and it was one of the best days of my life and best proofs that anything is possible. So whatever your goal is, whether it's ruby, sapphire, platinum elite, platinum, I encourage you not to give up. You have this. You've got this. All you have to do is plug into your leadership, plug into your mentors. You either make excuses or you make money. or you don't accomplish your goals. You choose. Go after this, finish strong, and don't give up. I believe in you.